In this video, we will discuss the following. How does calorie restriction reduce inflammation? What is the role of dietary fats in inflammation? What is the role of dietary carbohydrates in inflammation? This channel provides the most authentic and comprehensive information on health and medicine. Only the most trusted and standard sources are used for research. How does calorie restriction reduce inflammation? One of the most beneficial and proven interventions to reduce inflammation and aging is calorie restriction. Calorie restriction reduces the oxidative stress, which is capable of causing inflammation. Kai et al., 2008 and Yun et al., 2006. Let us understand what is oxidative stress, and how extra calories can cause inflammation. The food we eat is primarily divided into three groups, namely carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Apart from the specific roles of these individual macronutrients, the role common to all these three macronutrients is provision of energy for normal functioning of the body. This energy is generated inside an organelle called mitochondria, and these mitochondria are present in all the cells of the body. The process by which energy is generated from these macronutrients inside the mitochondria is called cellular respiration. The unit of energy, which is generated and can be used for functioning of the body, is called adenosine triphosphate or ATP. Apart from producing energy in the form of ATP, there are byproducts, which are formed during this cellular respiration inside the mitochondria. These byproducts are known as reactive oxygen species or ROSes. ROSes are of three types: superoxide, hydrogen peroxide, and hydroxyl radical. These ROSes are capable of causing damage to the cells of all tissues in the body. ROSes destroy lipids in the cell walls of cells. This reduces the strength of the cell wall, as a result of which the cells burst and die. The debris produced after cell bursting causes tissue inflammation. Normally, there are protective mechanisms in place, which can neutralize moderate amounts of ROSes produced during cellular respiration. However, when these ROSes are produced in large numbers, as in the case with high-calorie meals, these protective mechanisms are not able to cope up with the excess ROSes. These excess quantities of unneutralized ROSes can then cause cellular damage and the resultant tissue inflammation. This is how, by moderating food intake, we can reduce the production of excess ROSes, and consequently, inflammation. In a study, Gregerson, 2012, carbohydrates caused a higher oxidative stress than fats. However, it should also be kept in mind that calorie restriction does not mean depriving the body of important nutrients like healthy fats, like omega-3 fatty acids, and proteins. The quality of nutrients is more important than its quantity, and calorie restriction can be best achieved by avoiding foods like carbohydrates with high glycemic index, and foods containing saturated fatty acids, as discussed below. Even when these unhealthy foods are consumed, they should be taken in lesser amounts to keep the oxidative stress to the minimum. What is the role of dietary fats in inflammation? Whether inflammation is triggered in the body or not, also depends on the type of fat consumed. Saturated fats can trigger inflammation, Calder et al., 2013. Saturated fats are fats that are usually solid at room temperature. Dietary sources high in saturated fats include red meat, like beef, lamb, pork, animal fats like lard, or pork fat, and tallow, or beef fat, chicken skin, dairy products, like milk, ghee, butter, cream, cheese, ice cream, yogurt, mayonnaise, desserts containing dairy products, and others. Saturated fats are also particularly high in tropical oils such as palm oil and coconut oil. On the other hand, many studies have shown that omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation. Norling et al., 2010, Reinders et al., 2012, He et al., 2009, Ferrucci et al., 2006, and many more. Omega-3 fatty acids are of three types, namely ALA, EHA, and DHA. They are particularly high in fish and other seafoods. Plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids are flaxseed, and flaxseed oil, walnuts, canola oil, and soybean oil. Very few studies regarding omega-6 fatty acids have been done. Some have shown pro-inflammatory effects, while others have shown anti-inflammatory effects. What is the role of dietary carbohydrates in inflammation? In this context, carbohydrates with high glycemic index are particularly harmful, as they cause tissue inflammation. High glycemic foods cause higher oxidative stress due to ROSes, and consequently higher tissue inflammation, Hu et al. 2006. Glycemic index of a food is a measure of how rapidly that food is digested and absorbed by the intestine to cause glucose levels to rise in the blood. Foods with high glycemic index are digested and absorbed rapidly, giving a sharp rise of glucose levels in the blood. Thus, higher is the production of ROSes by them in a given period. The excess ROSes, unneutralized by the protective mechanisms, can then cause cellular damage and consequently, tissue inflammation. Carbohydrates can also cause inflammation by another mechanism. The excess and unutilized carbohydrates can bind to the proteins in the tissues, leading to the formation of advanced glycation end products or AGEs. These AGEs are highly inflammatory. Foods are ranked on a glycemic index scale of 0 to 100. Sugar has the highest glycemic index of 100, and is a very strong trigger of inflammation. Thus, things with added sugar are highly pro-inflammatory. Examples of these include candies, cakes, cookies, sweet drinks, and others. Even supposedly healthy breakfast cereals containing wheat, oats, and corn, become not so healthy when sugar is added to them. Other foods with high glycemic index are white bread, potato, and white rice. White bread and white rice are stripped of the dietary fiber. This causes them to be digested and absorbed much faster. On the other hand, foods with complex carbohydrates have a lower glycemic index, and are less inflammatory, Chi et al., 2007, and King et al., 2007. These foods include whole grains, beans, lentils, peas, nuts, seeds, fiber-rich vegetables, and fiber-rich fruits. If you liked this video, please push the like button. If you want to watch many such videos in the future, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and push the notifications bell. If you would like to watch any particular videos in the future, let us know in the comments section. Bye, and have a nice day.